The adjustment by Coach Mystery late in this game to get 4 ball handlers around Isaac Jones could truly be the difference in this one. Toronto had figured out a way to speed up the Kings, forcing double-digit turnovers in this fourth quarter alone. But the lineup of Stevens, Jones, Clifford has allowed them to have enough ball handlers on the floor, and Carter, enough ball handlers on the floor to be able to surround Jones and beat the pressure and find a way to get timely buckets at the end.
We saw Con Kniffel and the Hornets, and now the Thunder players get ready to take the floor for a brief warm-up before tipping off in Game 2 of our semifinal doubleheader here in Las Vegas. Mason Jones gets both free throws, pushes the lead to 10. Inside 30 seconds to go. Jamal Shead checking out of the game. A couple of substitutions for the Raptors, getting some players on the floor who haven't played at all in this game. As Amori gets the basket. Doesn't look like the Raptors are going to foul, but they do. And Hepburn just fouled out. So free throws for Mason Jones again. Well, Sacramento as an organization with some changes, trying to, now we got a technical foul called here.
Yeah, I believe they got James Wade on that one. They had a tremendous conversation with the officials on the sideline.
And another one, he just got thrown out.
Just been ejected from this game.
That was the official that James Wade was having that pleasant conversation with in the first half. James was asking him where he was from and how he was doing. James Wade, classy move there, going over, congratulating the Kings on a game well played, and now he'll have to make his way back to the locker room.
Well, he's going to go through and make sure he daps up everyone on the Kings bench, congratulating them on a strong performance as he's willing to make the walk, but he stuck around for long enough. I mean, if you're going to get tossed with 13 seconds. I'm good with that. You make sure that you empty the tank with everything that you needed to say.
We were talking before the second technical where he got ejected about Sacramento with a new leadership, trying to build a winning culture. And it's things like this that help, even though obviously DeRozan, Sabonis, and Levine aren't playing, but some of these guys might be their teammates this season. And to go through this experience, again, having to face some adversity in a championship-type atmosphere could be really helpful at some point.
It absolutely, winning is part of development. And again, Doug Christie made it very clear to us before the game that we are trying to establish our foundation. And if the foundation includes winning, then any opportunity you get to win a championship, whether it's Summer League, whether it's the G League, where the Stockton Kings, of course, are the G League champion this year, you want to take advantage of it. You want guys that were on your roster and in your organization that winning is important.
That's Doug Christie, who was the interim coach, but that tag was removed by Scott Perry, B.J. Armstrong, assistant GM. Next to him, Alvin Gentry, part of front office as well, with that group courtside. Sacramento Kings never trailed. Toronto got within one twice late, but the Kings prevail behind 36 points from Isaac Jones. 98-88 the final as Sacramento advances to tomorrow night's championship game against either Oklahoma City or Charlotte.
Isaac Jones with a tremendous performance, efficient, 13 of 17 from the field, 9 of 11 from the free throw stripe, but more importantly made the big buckets when his team needed them most. Every time the Raptors made a run, the answer for the Kings was Isaac Jones.
It was a 15-6 run to close out the game for Sacramento, and that includes that last basket, which was kind of a throwaway at that point. A lot of poise shown by the Kings. Again, on a night D. Clifford did not really contribute offensively, got in foul trouble early on. But Jones, both Jones, Isaac and Mason were outstanding, combining for 53 points. Reynaud chipped in with 12. Jamal Shed had 24 in a losing cause. And let's check in with George, standing by with both Isaac and Mason Jones.
Yeah, Dave, I'm here with Isaac and Mason. So, Isaac, let's start with you. This thing got a little hairy here down the stretch in the
Welcome to Las Vegas, Nevada for semifinal number 2 between reigning NBA champion Oklahoma City and the Charlotte Hornets. A title and potential NBA roster spots at stake at Thomas and Mack Center. Welcome to the NBA 2K26
Concanippo, a guy that all his teammates loved.
nights against the Spurs, also averaging 5 rebounds and 5 assists. He was Charlotte's first-round pick. The Hornets' second-round pick, Ryan Kalkbrenner, standing by with George Sedano.
Thanks, Dave. Ryan, what has this experience been like for you so far?
It's been a great experience. Obviously, my first taste of the NBA. It's been good to get some games in, be with this group. It's been a really fun group to be a part of. We've all really bought into just playing winning basketball. It makes this whole experience a lot better.
Well, and you guys are undefeated heading into this one. How do you try to get one more win and get into the final?
Just keep doing what we've been doing. We've been stretched in being competitive and being together this whole time, and we've done a really good job of that in the first 4 games. If we just keep doing that, I like our chances.
All right, Ryan, good luck. Thank you.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
All right, guys, back to you.
All right, George, their opponent today, the Oklahoma City Thunder, just won the NBA title last month. And Corey, the depth throughout the organization is remarkable for OKC.
And it continues on their Summer League squad. It's not just about the big club. It's about the G League. It's about their Summer League. It's the culture that OKC has established, that winning culture that allows them to play in this championship round bracket in the Summer League, because you understand what is necessary for you. If you want to be a part of the Thunder organization, it has to be we over me. And I believe everyone here on this Summer League team has grasped that mentality.
Starting lineups and tip-off for our second semifinal game and the right to face Sacramento in tomorrow night's championship game. Up next, here in Las Vegas.
As a kid, you dream, and every kid dreams, but you don't ever really know if it's going to come true. I'm just glad and happy that my dreams have been able to come true.
Me not making the JV team was kind of like an eye-opener, and I just knew I wanted to get to a really high level, and I was willing to do whatever it took.
This young man is special.
It's a game that we all started just having fun with, and it's taken us across the world.
SGA, the storybook season is complete.
I still love basketball the same way. This kid had a lot of fun with the game, and I still do today. Something you dream about as a kid, something you can't put into words.
What up, guys? Oh, you're mic'd up too. Hello. Your world. And one. I can't complain. I can't complain. Yeah. Hey, good job. I love you. I swear to God, I gotta go sit down. Here you go. You got my towel.
Harris, third personal, first in the left.
Sacramento with a 98-88 win over the Toronto Raptors, a game the Kings never trailed, led by as many as 22. Sacramento tomorrow night will go for its 3rd Summer League championship. Only the Kings and Blazers have won more than one Summer League title. We're getting ready for game 2 between the Thunder and the Hornets. Starting lineups being announced right now by Oklahoma City. And their 5 will include Brooks Barnhizer, their 2nd-round draft pick out of Northwestern. Spent 4 years with the Wildcats, Malachi Leones, Chris Youngblood, Brandon Carlson, who played 30 games with the Thunder this year, and Jazian Gordon. Con Kniffel, number 4 overall draft pick out of Duke, starts for Charlotte, along with Kalkbrenner, the 34th overall selection, Jalen Sims, MJ Walker, and KJ Simpson, who's entering his 2nd NBA season. He started 15 games for the Hornets, who were plagued by injuries this year, won just 19 games, missed the playoffs the last 9 years. They're looking for young talent to try to help them get back to the postseason.
under new management. Jeff Peterson now going into his second year as the general manager for the Charlotte Hornets, and wanting to bring in, once again, guys with a winning background, winning culture into their organization. Con Knippel, we talked about him, but Ryan Kalkbrenner, who not only about being winning, also a 4-time Big East Defensive Player of the Year. Only one other player has done that. Can you name that?
Patrick Ewing. See, you got to come up with harder trivia questions when I'm answering them before you can even finish the question. Because I don't even remember what the one yesterday was about. I just know the answer was Joe Dumars.
It was a great question, though. Regardless of the answer. I mean, Joe Dumars is always going to be a great answer, which means it was a great question.
That's true. Okay.
As is Patrick Ewing.
Kalkbrenner also the #2 all-time leading scorer at Creighton. There is some debris on the baseline. That's the reason for the holdup here.
Well, regardless, they didn't kick it very far off the floor. It couldn't have been that damaging.
Jay-Z and Gortman. Short jump shot is short, and Knippel with the rebound.
I believe this is the most underrated part of Con Knippel's game, his ability to be able to handle the basketball and make plays. This is a young man who stepped in when Cooper Flagg was injured in the ACC Tournament Championship and ran a lot of point guard for them and facilitated, had 8 assists in that game to go along with 28 points.
Simpson missed, but offensive rebound gives Charlotte a second chance opportunity, but time is running down. Just 1 to shoot. And a three-pointer from Sims, swishing it through as the horn sounds.
And Sims with this a little, wry smile on the way back down the floor, knowing that he had it under control the entire time.
Sims, a 4-year player at UNC Wilmington, played 6 games for Charlotte this past season. Three is off the mark. But a second chance opportunity for the Thunder. Timer at 4 for Gortman. Goes away from the Leon screen. Missed the baseline J. And a nice one-handed stick back by Youngblood.
Yeah, Youngblood, known as a shooter. Primary role for him at Alabama this year, but showing he can be more than that with a nice offensive rebound. As you mentioned, a great touch.
And a foul on the screen. The defender trying to run through the screen. It's on Youngblood.
Nice follow-up, though, and also with the lefty, the soft touch off the glass. Coming in on the offensive board, and the presence of mind not to bring it down, knowing that he can make that shot fading to his right.
Simpson has it knocked away by Barnhizer. Barnhizer on the other end soars to the rim, met by Knippel, who commits the foul. Brooks Barnhizer, who missed the second half of the season for Northwestern this year with an injury, back healthy and hoping to make the roster and get some minutes for the Thunder this season. Going to be hard to do, though, with all the talent they have throughout the roster for the reigning champs. Their first title, second youngest team to win an NBA championship, and trying to become the first to repeat since the Warriors in 2017-2018.
Yeah, it's extremely difficult to get into the Thunder roster, as we see Sims with the second 3 in this game and making it look easy. But so difficult to get in that. The Thunder have players who are veterans, have been in their organization to have a hard time getting into games, especially in the playoffs. Isaiah Joe, who was a rotation player, had a DNP CD during the finals. That's how tough it is to crack that rotation.
Nice drive and hit by Simpson, a three-point opportunity. We touched on this in the open, the ability to create depth, whether with guys currently on the roster or with the draft picks as you look at the Simpson basket. The job that Sam Presti has done. And Mark Daignault, outstanding head coach. They've signed all their young players, including reigning MVP Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, rookie extensions for Chet Holmgren and Jalen Williams. the Thunder are here to stay for a long time.
I believe so. And when you look at the Thunder, the difference between the Thunder and many of the teams that we felt that could make a true run in the past that ended up breaking up and not being able to stick together is the fact with the Thunder, they have so much draft capital to be able to replace the role players around their big three. But their big three are now locked in for the next 6 years when you consider the 3 extensions signed by, of course, the MVP, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, J-Dub, Jalen Williams, and Chet Holmgren this summer after winning their first ring.
Here's the draft assets you're talking about. Look at the #1 picks they have the next 2 years.
And when you think about this, it gives them the flexibility to be able to, and you hate to see it be this way, but with the salary cap, with the first apron, the second apron, you're not going to be able to retain everyone. But because the majority of these players were drafted by the Thunder, you do have exceptions in the rules to be able to retain your own players. This is the type of stuff I learned in sports business classroom all week while I was going to class from 8 to noon, Dave Pash.
Class and work in the same day every day?
Imagine that. Can you imagine the naps that I had to take in between to be able to pull that off?
Carlson drills a 3. Brandon Carlson, second-year player out of Utah. He had 26 points in the regular season finale for the Thunder.
Nice find.
Kalkbrenner with a slam. Knipple with the pass.
Knipple continues to show his passing ability, but I love Kalkbrenner keeping that high. All the big guys watching at home are excited to see a big fella that catches, keeps it high, and finishes off.
Three-pointer is off target by Gortman. 1 and done for OKC. Sims going baseline. Kalkbrenner got deep and airballed the jump hook.
The difference in that being a bounce pass in comparison to a pass up high is the difference why Kalkbrenner was unable to get it to go, as Barnhizer is able to knock down the midi.
First field goal for Barnhizer, 3 points in the game. Carlson has 5, 6 for Sims to lead Charlotte, and a foul by Barnhizer, his first. Knipple showing a little bit of everything so far in the game.
Absolutely, putting it right on point, and give Kalkbrenner credit, keeping it high and finishing with 2.
NBA 2K26 Summer League is proudly sponsored by NBA 2K26. Rated E for everyone.
My boy. D Queen. Turn this way. Derek. D Queen. My boy. Love you, bro. Congrats. Congrats, bro.
Oklahoma City Thunder won their first NBA championship last month. And they celebrated.
I'm telling you, it's got to be one of the best all-time parades when you have this few shirts being worn by the players. And they started out with shirts on. But when your shirts come off, you got to be having a great time.
Well, it's 90-plus degrees and humid in Oklahoma City in the middle of June. So.
I mean, it's 150 here, it seems like, and we got shirts on. I got on long sleeves.
Dry heat. I still don't understand the long sleeves, though.
But you did leave the arena yesterday saying it was freezing.
It was
there.
cold, yeah.
Okay, there you go.
Give you that.
Okay.
I'll give you that. Problem is you step outside and it's like walking into an oven.
This is very true.
Three-pointer goes down for Jalen Sims, who has 9 points, almost outscoring the Thunder by himself in the first 5 minutes of the game.
Sims smiled after he made that first three over contested hand, showing how easy it was. And it has been easy for him, knocking down 3 of them already.
Barnheiser off the mark. He's 0 for 2 from 3. Damian Baugh checking into the game for Charlotte. So Knippel getting a breather. Timer down to 6. Hornets lead by 6. Baugh way off the mark. And Zach Austin with the rebound for Oklahoma City. Kalkbrenner with the swat on the Cameron Brown attempt. Walker straight on 3, no good. Austin couldn't spin it home, and then a foul called on Carlson, his first. Now, we talked about the championship year that the Oklahoma City Thunder had on the other end of the spectrum, the Charlotte Hornets. But they obviously have been able to accumulate a lot of young talent. And if Brandon Miller is healthy, it will be interesting to watch if he takes another step in a positive direction this year.
And not only Brandon Miller, you also have to think LaMelo Ball being healthy and having that core, that young core on the floor for a significant amount of time throughout the season. Those guys have never truly gotten a chance to gel because they've had so many injuries over the last 2 seasons with their star players.
Knippel and Kalkbrenner draft picks, and also Liam McNeely, who was taken by Phoenix but then traded to Charlotte for Mark Williams. So another young asset that the Hornets have. They also brought in Pat Connaughton via trade with Milwaukee, Colin Sexton as well. Signed Spencer Dinwiddie and Mason Plumlee, 2 veterans to balance out the youth.
And I believe that's a great move by Jeff Peterson to be able to bring in those veterans, and veterans who have played on the biggest stage. Nice look from KJ Simpson, but Sims not ready for that one, probably because he's inside the three-point line. He's used to doing his damage from beyond the arc.
Charlotte has won under 30 games 3 straight years, but you touched on the injuries. Ball played 47 games. Brandon Miller played only 27. Shot clock at 10. Eric Reynolds. No good on the 3. Simpson rebounds. Oklahoma City shooting just 30% from the floor here in the first quarter. And a foul called on Zach Austin. Oklahoma City struggling shooting the basketball, but only down 4 late in the first.
I did some shooting off the dribble, driving, change of pace, different things, just working on having different things in my package for different scenarios based on how guys are guarding me, based on who's guarding me, you know, having something to take advantage of whatever scenario that I see.
Sure, what's the focus with the diet?
Eat healthy and fuel my body in the way I need to be fueled. Thank you, Jimmy. It's the greatest right there. This is the booklet, man. It's like portions. Don't zoom too far in. This is proprietary information.
All right, NBA, that's a look into my life, how I work out, how I eat to prepare for the 24-25 season. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. Stay tuned to see the Thunder play and do their thing this year.
Hey, it's about us. Same thing we did last game, bro. Same exact thing, same exact thing. Hey, good defense down there, Blue. That's a tough shot. I got it. Let's run. Hey, they can't stop you down there. But if you got multiple people, you're good. We're going to get it back to you. Hey! And one!
KJ Simpson has always been a vocal leader. He was that at Colorado for Tad Boyle. And that's an intangible that scouts, coaches, and GMs evaluate here in Summer League.
There really is, and that's part of the reason why, as you mentioned, he started games for the Charlotte Hornets. Their big club this year is because he comes in after 3 years with Tad Boyle at Colorado, ready to play immediately. Spent time in the G League as well, but when you consider a leadership guy for a team that truly needed it with the injuries they had, KJ Simpson fit the bill.
Josh Aduro couldn't handle that pass. So it's the fourth turnover by Charlotte. No turnovers yet by Oklahoma City. Corner three not there. Gortman had the rebound, but stripped by Baugh. Out of bounds to the Thunder. Brandon Carlson checks back into the game. Hassan Ward will go to the bench.
You know, the interesting part about this day, OKC is playing without their first round, their lottery pick last year in Topic. They're playing without Thomas Sorber, their first round pick this year. And again, they're still able to do this without 5 different guys that are on part of their Summer League roster playing throughout this game.
Yeah, Topic was the 12th pick last year, Sorber the 15th pick this year. Leone's in the paint. Got tangled up with a defender, P.J. Hall, who's called for the foul. That's his first. Leones will be at the free throw line. Leones is from the Netherlands. He's 25 years old, spent 3 years at Bradley, was undrafted a year ago. Played 6 games in the regular season for the Thunder this year. More Summer League action, NBA TV, ESPN, and the ESPN app. NBA TV tonight, Cleveland, Golden State, followed by Portland and Phoenix. Tomorrow on ESPNU, Atlanta, Boston, Memphis, and the Clippers. And the Clippers have been very active this offseason, adding Brook Lopez. Bradley Beal was just added this week, trading Norman Powell, bringing in John Collins. Foul called on Gortman. That's the 8th team foul, so just one more to give here. Check that. It's first in the last 2 minutes. By the time I figure out the Summer League foul rules, season will be over.
Well, at least you're not being just roasted over there by Dave Free like he does me. So he's giving you grace.
Ball's entry pass knocked away, but a foul called on Leones, and that's 2 on him. That's the 10th team foul. Guess what, Corey? That means free throws for Charlotte.
There we go.
Players are allowed 5 fouls. Once you get to 6, you foul out. In other Summer League games, you could foul up to 10 times. You fouled out on your 10th foul.
And it's got to be an adjustment for the players, because when you're playing the first 4 games of Summer League, you're playing along the fact that, hey, okay, it's a smart time to take this foul because you're not concerned about getting in foul trouble, fouling out. But now, with the stakes being so high in these games, you have to be wary of when to take those fouls, and you don't want to take yourself, especially if you're going to play heavy minutes. You don't want to put yourself in a predicament to where your coaches have to take you out because you're in foul trouble.
Carlson on the fall away. Tough shot over Aduro, wouldn't fall. Rebound ball. Yeah, quick pass down court and the slam by Aduro. Nice recognition by Baugh. Played 15 games for the Hornets this year. Started 2. Played collegiately at TCU. Prior to that, he was in Memphis for a couple of years. Good entry pass. Leones with the basket.
Yeah, nice find from Chris Youngblood. Trying to find some space beyond the three-point arc, but keeping his eyes up. Finding Leones for an easy one underneath.
Knippel's only taken 1 shot from the floor. He got caught in the air there and was trying to throw it off of Leones out of bounds, but that did not hit a Thunder defender. 2 points for Knippel, 0 for 1 from the floor, and a turnover there. 9-second difference. Game and shot clocks. Carlson way off on the 3.
It was a 2-for-1 opportunity for Carlson, but waited a little too long. And of course, whenever you shoot an air ball, you're questioning as to whether that was a good shot or not.
And not a smart foul by Dortmund because Charlotte's hitting the bonus. Free throws.
I love the emphasis there. That means you got it right.
Figuring it out.
There you go.
Go along.
There you go. You know, Summer League is it's a learning curve for all of us. The players, the officials, you know, except for one person. I'm not going to mention his name again, but you know who I'm talking about.
Ball gets the first free throw. Simpson will come back into the game here, and Hornets will go a little smaller defensively for the final possession, or what should be the final possession of the first quarter. Their Summer League coach is a longtime NBA assistant, Chris Gent. His first year with the Hornets organization, spent the last 2 with the Lakers, who, by the way, the Lakers added Marcus Smart, or expected to, according to Shams Charania. More on that, I'm sure, on SportsCenter tonight. 10 seconds to go in the quarter. Leones thought about the 3. Instead, puts it on the floor. Wow. P.J. Hall got the block, but lost his footing. Went down hard, but pops right up.
Doesn't affect him at all. P.J. Hall is used to physical play, whether it's him being the recipient or initiating it. Either way, he doesn't have a problem with him. One of the toughest guys you're going to see on the basketball court.
Third foul in Leon. Simpson missed the 3, and the first quarter comes to an end.
Battling threes. Carlson on one end for the Thunder. Sims has done it thrice.
Back screen hard. Back screen hard. Stay with, stay with. Same thing, Hart. Hart, same thing. Go, 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 go. Super aggressive, take care of the ball. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, let's go. Let's take a run right here. Here we go, kid. Oh! Swear, swear. You gotta turn McConnell water off. Get out, get out. Hey, let's get a stop. Here we go. Take a shot, kid. Yeah. 2 minutes to stop. You gotta get stops. Good job, kiddo. Queso! Queso! Queso, we're 2. Go, 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 go. Top boy. I got McConnell. I got McConnell. I got 1. I'm good, I'm good. Square! Together. Here we go, Blue. Yeah, bro. I said it last game. He's an NBA player. You can't leave him on an island. Like, anybody with space, that much space, is going to be able to just do whatever they want.
Yeah, you got to guard him like a rat.
Like, with the goose guard him. There he is. Rebounding. Yep, 1 game for all the marbles. 1 game for all the marbles.
26 Summer League here in Las Vegas. We're here with Jalen Sims of the Hornets. Quick start for you and the team. What's been working for you out there?
Get open shots. My team is looking for me, and the shots going in.
When you're playing these guys, Oklahoma City, what's at the top of the scouting report for you guys?
I mean, they're a great defensive team, so we gotta trust the pass and just play together. That's all it is.
Jalen, good luck. Thank you. All right, guys, back to you.
Very simple but truthful answer to that first question by George. The ball's just going in, and that's true. So he's only taken 3 shots. They were open, and he made them all.
Yeah, and the first one was the most difficult of the 3, but established some confidence and able to knock down a couple more after him. And a stop by OKC coming out zone for the first possession of the quarter. Oftentimes, you'll see coaches do that and switch back to man-to-man, which we see them picking up man-to-man on the second defensive possession.
Thunder now 1 for 11 from 3. The winner of this game will play in the championship game tomorrow night against Sacramento. Foul inside on OKC. It's on Cameron Brown. That's his first personal. And Aduro will be at the line. Josh Aduro, rookie from Providence. Charlotte now 7 of 8 at the line as a team. And an 8-point lead.
Aduro off the bench giving Charlotte good minutes. Played for Kim English at Providence. Learned how to make sure he made every possession matter. And playing with great intensity.
Push shot from Brown is an air ball just inside the free throw line. Walker spinning. Knippel trying to get free. And Knippel lost the ball. Knocked out of bounds by Oklahoma City. 4.5 to shoot. What's going to be the biggest adjustment for Con Knippel this season when he plays, we would expect, heavy minutes?
The speed and the athleticism of the defenders guarding. That's going to be the biggest adjustment. Con Knippel is a great basketball player, but I wouldn't call him a great athlete. And so he does the majority of his work. And nice underneath out of bounds as P.J. Hall is able to clean up the mess. But Con Knippel is able to use his smarts, use his wit to be able to maneuver around the defenders. Oftentimes, he's not going to be able to get away with that at the NBA level.
You watched him all season. You did a ton of his games at Duke. Where did you see him improve the most, Court, over the course of the year?
His playmaking. Again, he was a guy that he played some point in high school. Comes from a strong lineage basketball family. His mom, Sherry's jersey hangs at the University of Wisconsin-Green Bay, so she was a star. But the Knippel name is very well known throughout Milwaukee, throughout Wisconsin, and synonymous with basketball. But he became such a great playmaker, really as a, they started Sion James at the point, who's also a member of this Charlotte Hornets organization now. But Con Knippel, Cooper Flagg, both shared a lot of the ball handling responsibilities. I thought Con did a tremendous job with that, his playmaking.
Sion James, second round pick by Charlotte, 33rd overall. There's the first field goal of the day for Con Knippel.
But the play like that's a great example. You see Con Knippel, instead of challenging the big, is coming to playing off 2 feet, and then the pump fake allows him to get around a defender that he's not going to be able to jump over.
Great hands by Paul.
That's gotta be, yeah, that's clear pass.
Yep. And transition take foul, they're actually saying. That's one shot technically. You'd almost rather have the clear path.
That's got to be clear path. There's nobody even out there. He's ahead of everyone. As you see the grab of the shorts, the only person with him is a teammate. That's a clear path foul. I believe that's going to have to be changed.
Again, the difference is transition take is 1 in the ball, 2 in the ball for clear path. But this is going to be challenged by Oklahoma City.
They have to be looking for approximate foul. That's the only reason they could possibly be challenging this.
OKC is taking a timeout to challenge the ruling of a defensive foul that's been ruled a clear path foul.
Pass, there we go. Take ball, take ball. And 1! Yeah, TJ. Yeah, KJ, driver. We need to stop, White. Hey, come here. No. We're giving up the lead. We got to stay with it. Get back. Take ball. Take ball. Off him. Off him. You want me to get big fella? Hey, Mr. Ref. That's a big fella down there. Trail me. Trail me. Trail me. Good pass, see? Oh! That's a pro foul. That's an NBA foul. Yes, sir, calm. Way to rebound, y'all. That's our run. Maintain.
Challenging the ruling of a clear path foul. Well, they're challenging whether they don't think it was a defensive foul. That's why Connor Johnson, the Oklahoma City coach, is challenging this. But originally it was ruled a transition take foul. Then they changed it to a clear path. 2 shots in the ball. But
after review, the initial contact by Ball has been deemed marginal. Therefore, the foul on the defender for OKC stands. At the time of the foul, there was a controlled dribble and there was no defender ahead. Therefore, it's a clear path foul. Ball was shoot 2, Charlotte ball in the front court, 8:07 on the game clock, 23 on the shot clock.
So there you go.
So, and again, I can understand the challenge because the hand was on the back by the defender when he was stripping the basketball away, but I think it's too risky at this early stage of the game in a meaningful game to use your challenge and now eventually lose your challenge.
They were hoping that the initial play by Ball on the strip was a foul, but
yes.
You heard the official say marginal contact. He got the second one, missed the first. 13-point lead for the Hornets, 2 minutes into the second quarter. Oklahoma City shooting just 27% from the floor, 1 of 11 from 3. Charlotte is not much better, 3 of 11 from 3, but overall better from the field, and that's why they're up 13. 46% from the floor. Corner 3, no good, and it's backside rebound. Barnhizer came up short with a shot. Nice hustle by Barnhizer to keep it alive, but Ball with a great play behind the back, throws it ahead to P.J. Hall for the slam. How did he control it, first of all, and then have the dexterity to spin it behind his back before looking ahead to a teammate?
I'm just thankful we got a dead ball because of the wet spot so we can watch it. Watch the behind the back by Ball to avoid the ball handler. I mean, someone coming to strip him and then dropping the dime to P.J. Hall ahead, keeping his eyes up, the presence of mind to find his teammate, and P.J. Hall able to finish it off. And, of course, you always got to love the great celebration after you've made such a spectacular play.
They're outscoring Oklahoma City in the quarter 9-1. On the baseline, Barnhizer unable to connect, so one-and-done situation for the Thunder. Knippel gets it ahead for the Hornets into the front court to Ball. Ball keeps the defender on his hip.
Oh,
and turns it over.
Cardinal rule in the game of basketball, you can never fake backdoor. If you're going to go, you have to go. Ball was expecting MJ Walker to go backdoor on that possession. MJ faked it. It ends up being a turnover.
You see Damian Ball playing more this year, 15 games, 2 starts, 7 points per game for Charlotte this season.
I do believe so. He can absolutely come in and provide some depth at the point guard position, willing to get after it and defend. We saw that on the clear path foul, and now going in, grabbing rebounds, initiating offense. I definitely see that he could be a guy that could jump into their rotation.
How does LaMelo Ball elevate as Knippel drills a 3? Well, we'll get to that after the timeout. The Hornets blowing this open here early in the second quarter. 7 points for Knippel. It's an 18-point lead.
Where did this one come from? It's one of my baby pictures. I wanted to be a chef.
When did the dream go from chef to basketball player?
Probably about 2 or 3 when I started shooting the basketball in the refrigerator. I knew I was going to be a chef. That kid played 3 sports also growing up, which is baseball, football, and basketball. So I was always traveling. It's definitely been a long journey. Like I was just thinking of getting to Charlotte and getting straight to work. I think the biggest thing I want to remember is just hear my name being called. Saw the dream come true. You are not a chef. Man, that's crazy.
Come here, boys. Come here, boys. Hey, good shot, B. Hey, Kai, sprint to it. Sprint to it, Kai. Stay. Get him, B. Mr. Ref. Mr. Ref, what did he touch? He swiped in, and then he just hit it right on the arm as he's going up.
He hit him on the arm?
Yeah. You hit him on the arm, B?
LaMelo Ball's numbers for last year when healthy were outstanding. 25 points per game. He missed 35 games, and it still was his most played since 2022, other than staying healthy. What's the next step for LaMelo Ball to elevate this franchise to being a playoff contender again?
LaMelo Ball has to take a similar approach that his brother Lonzo made by being physically stronger, which will allow him to be able to compete on the defensive end of the floor, maintain his stamina to be able to do the things offensively, but also allow the Hornets to be a better defensive team. I think that's the key for LaMelo moving forward, and that would also help him limit some of the injuries.
The tandem of him and Brandon Miller, how do you see that developing in terms of a 1-2 punch for the next few years?
I think it can be a very good tandem, especially when you consider what they do offensively. The biggest concern for that tandem, and you throw Miles Bridges in the mix, who has been a reliable veteran for the Charlotte Hornets. Those 3 guys can do the job offensively. It's do you take upon that defensive mentality? I mean, let's face it, defense wins championships. And so there's no way to get to that next level as an organization if you don't have guys that are willing to defend. And it has to be your superstars that really jump up there and become the first guys to do it.
To your point, the Oklahoma City Thunder won the championship. They were the best defense in the NBA this past season.
And again, they got the best offensive player also. They got the MVP, but he buys in defensively. And that's the reason why it's easier for Mark Daigneault to coach it to the remainder of the team. When you got the MVP who's bought into defending and playing every possession of those that matters on the defensive end of the floor, the rest of the guys, it's no issue. Either you do it or you don't play. And with so much depth, they have so many different guys that can jump in there and play those roles.
Truly a unique and historic season for the Thunder. You have the MVP and the scoring champ, and you also have the #1 defense in the NBA. And their average margin of victory was the largest in NBA history. They beat their teams by 13 points per game as KJ Simpson kisses it in.
Such a poised play by KJ Simpson, getting it, dribbling in a little too deep in the paint, but taking it back out, regathering himself, and then going to get a bucket off the glass.
Check it with George.
Dave, Corey, not only all the stuff you mentioned about OKC's dominance, but their resilience. If you watch them during the playoffs, every time they lost the game, they bounced back and won. And Shea, obviously the catalyst to all that, averaging nearly 34 points per game in those bounce-back games. That, to me, was the kind of true vision of what you see from a champion, the way they were able to bounce back. And they were questioned constantly because they were young, and they certainly answered the bell every single time.
It's a great point, George. You go back even to the conference semifinals. They lose Game 6 in Denver. Jalen Williams doesn't play well. It was not a great night for the Thunder, and a lot of people were wondering with this young team, after losing to Dallas in that round the previous year, would they be able to respond in Game 7? They did, and obviously went on to win it all.
Well, and it was the exact same thing in the finals. Game 6, Jalen did not have a strong game in Indiana, but came back in Game 7, and of course were able to win it on their home floor. But one of the things I don't think people really realize with the Thunder this season, it wasn't as though it was a healthy season for them either. Chet Holmgren missed over 40 games. And so when you think about, Hartenstein missed the beginning of the season. They had injuries to J-Dub during stretches of the year. He missed games. So it really puts into perspective the type of year that Shai Gilgeous-Alexander had, the first time that a scoring champion an MVP won a championship since 2000 in Shaq, but one of 4 players to ever win the scoring title, win the MVP, Finals MVP, and a championship, along with some pretty heavy names, Shaq, Michael Jordan, and of course, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar.
And the age of Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, again, just reminds everybody that this Thunder team is going to be a championship contender for the foreseeable future. Barnhizer short on the 3. Thunder Summer League team down 18 in the semifinals. Winner advances to tomorrow night's title game against Sacramento. Quick catch and shoot 3 by Walker, not there, and a foul on the Hornets. On the rebound attempt by Zach Boston, they get Kalkbrenner for his first personal. And all the teams that in the Western Conference watched the Thunder hoist the trophy have made significant moves to try to contend with Oklahoma City. Houston trades for Kevin Durant. Denver makes a couple of key moves, including the Cam Johnson trade, sending Michael Porter Jr. to Brooklyn. Nice drive and finish by Jalen Sims.
To beat the Thunder, you're going to have depth. That's important. And again, the 2 teams we talked about that took them to 7 games this year, the Denver Nuggets did not have depth, but they had the best player in basketball. And so when you consider that, that makes up for your lack of depth. But on the other end, the Indiana Pacers, they had just as much depth as did the Thunder. They just did not have that superstar in the end that the Thunder have in SGA. And of course, J-Dub, who is absolutely ascending to that level.
Earlier, we ran down some of the moves the Clippers made. If you have not been watching the ticker or on social media, Shams Charania reporting that the Lakers are now going to have Marcus Smart on their roster, signing a 2-year deal after being bought out by Washington. So a nice addition by the Lakers, who already added DeAndre Ayton in the offseason. Jalen Sims with another 3-pointer. He's 4 of 4 from 3.
And a perfect 5 for 5 in this game. 14 points in only 9 minutes for Jalen Sims. So it's been a strong performance on the offensive end for Sims thus far.
3 minutes to go and a 21-point lead in the second quarter for Charlotte. Dallas, of course, the biggest move the Mavs made is drafting Cooper Flag, #1 overall. Now, they brought in D'Angelo Russell as well for some help while Kyrie Irving is out. Defensive 3 seconds, so 1-shot technical. Obviously made the Luka Doncic, Anthony Davis trade late in the year, but now they add Cooper Flag. They'll get Derek Lively back healthy this year. Sims shooting the free throw. Still perfect.
And we mentioned the depth. The Dallas Mavericks have the depth. When you look at that organization and you start thinking about, the bench players who got so much experience and so many reps this year with the injuries that they had to deal with, especially late in the season. Naji Marshall is a stud. He's a guy that many teams would love to have on their roster. He had the chance to step up and really be a primary scorer at times this year for the Mavericks, and it's definitely going to benefit them throughout this season.
Timeout. Charlotte Hornets lead by 22 late in the first half.
This time, you hit a layup. Let's go. Guard up.
Really? Why don't you just watch it on NBA League Pass?
They're giving me every angle.
Yeah, I see that, but okay. You get multi-view and multiple angles.
What about local language streams? Show them, son.
Bang!
Yeah, they got that too.
Well, kids, we'll remember this day.
Nothing like watching League Pass with the family, huh?
Keep going, keep going. Come on, Blue. Defense on 3. 1, 2, 3. Defense. Yes. We making them shoot tough shots, yo. That's what we want. Run, Con. Run, Con. Run, Con. Run, Con. Shoot it. Shoot it. Every time. Every time. Every time. Every time. Every time. Good pass. Every time, Con. Good shot.
KJ Simpson again showing outstanding leadership, encouraging Con Knipple to keep shooting. Made a 3. He's got 7 points. He also touched on the defense, making Oklahoma City take tough shots. The Thunder 1 for 17 from 3.
That sounds of the game sounds very similar to a college game I had this year with Cooper Flagg telling Con, shoot it every time. If they're not there, let it fly. That's how great of a shooter Con Knipple is.
They get the easy basket with Baugh out of a timeout. Three-pointer goes down for Oklahoma City. Barnhizer, after starting the game 0 for 5 from behind the arc, able to connect with 2.5 to go. Foul on Youngblood. That's 4 on him.
Youngblood must be thinking they still have 10 fouls because he didn't really put up much of a fight on that one, picking up your 4th foul in the first half. Not sure he recognized he only gets 6. Nice athletic play. Great pass for Baugh. That one was Sims' first miss of the game.
And for Baugh, he's already got 6 assists. He's on pace actually for a triple-double. He's got 5 points, 6 assists, and 7 rebounds. He's made 1 basket. Barnhizer with the alley-oop pass to Carlson. Thunder trying to stay within striking distance and cut into this big deficit before halftime.
So P.J. Hall just runs out on the floor, Dave, and he takes down the net for the opposing team. You can't do that, P.J. The opposing team, you got to let the net stay up there as a distraction. He's such a great guy. He runs on the floor. Now, honestly, I don't know if he can actually be on the floor at that point. Because that was a 6-man on the floor.
It's summer league.
That's true.
He's just trying to help out the ball boys.
Yeah, but you can't help. Well, I don't know if any of the ball boys can actually reach the net to get that one. So now, if the Thunder score on that possession, it's P.J. Hall's fault. If the net were up at that point,
the ball was still going through.
No, it wouldn't. It would have been a distraction. I'm telling you, it would have distracted Leon from making that shot.
7-0 mini run by the Thunder, and Sims, after a hot start, has missed 3 shots in a row. Oklahoma City looking to capitalize. Gortman with a swing, and Brown nails a 3. Thunder back within 14. A championship on the line. Winner plays in the Summer League final tomorrow night. Sacramento's already advanced to the title game. Beat Toronto earlier here at Thomas and Mack. Knipple drains a 3, swishing that one through with Barnhizer right in his grill.
That's why KJ Simpson was telling Con Knipple, shoot it every time. Flawless form, perfect footwork, the step back, gathers his feet, but still the quick release to be able to hit nothing but the bottom of the net.
He's 2 for 3 from behind the arc, 10 points now for the number 4 pick in the NBA draft. He'll turn 20 years old in early August.
But look at this matchup. The Hornets have decided to put Kalkbrenner on Gortman, the point guard, forcing him, and Gortman doesn't want to shoot the 3, so it's forcing him have to drive into the big fella. That time, Kalkbrenner winning the battle.
An 11-second difference in the game and shot clocks here at the end of the second quarter. Knipple trying to get away from Barnhizer. Simpson finds him in the corner. Defender off his feet. Knipple misses that time. Kalkbrenner offensive rebound and gets the putback. 5 seconds to go in the half. Leones drives and misses as the buzzer sounds. So after Oklahoma City made a move, Charlotte extends the lead back to 19 at halftime.
It's been the Sims show. Jalen Sims knocking down 4 of his 5 3-point attempts here in the first half.
celebrating history. First championship for the city. First championship for your boy. Should be a fun day.
Feeling great. You know, we got the fans out here. They turn, we turn.
I'm about to get out. I'm about to go on the street.
Bring the area, Brian. Triple to the people. I ain't never seen nothing like this in my life. This is crazy. Couldn't stay on the bus. You had to get down and just show them love because they've been with us through the grind. I feel great, bro. Look at this. This is 1-on-1, man. 1-on-1, the whole city showed out. It's exactly what we expected. I want to go back, bro. Make you want another one. It's awesome. This day was tremendous. These are the best fans in the world for a reason, bro.
Does a little bit of everything. Yeah, I think the jitters are gone now. A number 2 pick, Dylan Harper, has acquitted himself very well also.
Edgecombe put that ball down with a little nasty to it.
Knippel has his first Summer League basket. Oh, what a bucket by the rookie.
Well, obviously, Cooper Flagg is the headliner, #1 overall pick in the 2025 NBA draft of the Dallas Mavericks. But Corey, some of the other top picks really shined here in Las Vegas as well.
They absolutely did, and you start out with the #2 pick. You consider Dylan Harper, who got off to a great start in his Summer League debut, attacking the basket. A tough fall for him there, but it doesn't stop him. Still fearless, showing off his great touch right around the rim. The #2 pick for the San Antonio Spurs, looking to come in and have impact similar to the way that he did, making a game-leading shot that ends up being a game win against Utah in overtime for him. And then you have Knippel, who will play in the Final Four of the Summer League, similar to the way he did in college basketball. His ability to be able to shoot the basketball, catch and shoot, or off the bounce. Knippel, a contributor to winning and trying to get to the Summer League final.
Trey Johnson, another player that we saw glimpses of brilliance here in Las Vegas, expected to be a factor this season.
Absolutely. Trey Johnson, elite scorer, had 2 dynamic nights in his first 2 games in Summer League, going to work on the offensive end of the floor. Very crafty scorer. The guy sleeps with a basketball, Dave Pash, so therefore he's always ready to put the rock up anytime it touches his hands. And a guy that we had an opportunity to see, Jeremiah Fears, is one of the very few lottery picks that played all 5 games for his respective team. Didn't have an extremely efficient time, but he did show his fearlessness as he continued to attack the rack once and again, getting to the free throw line, distributing the basketball, and Jeremiah Fears will absolutely be a part of what the New Orleans Pelicans do this season as they try to get back to the playoffs.
And Fears just 18 years old, one of the youngest players, obviously, coming into the NBA this season. You look at the numbers for Johnson, Fears, Harper, and Knippel so far in Summer League action. Second half coming up for our second semifinal between the Hornets and Thunder.
Kind of a surreal feeling just to be here, and I know it's coming up. So I'm just trying to enjoy it, go through it with my family and friends and just have a good time. Once you get up to the very top and kind of get outside, you feel the wind. It's definitely a little scary. Never really seen the city like this. I'm not really a big city kid. This definitely gave me a different view.
Times Square, New York City. Definitely surreal. I mean, I'm excited. It's probably two best words to describe it. Just being in New York, knowing what's to come in the next few days.
Hey, hold on, let's pass over.
All my family able to come. Most of my family, just close people that see me grow up, come support me. Is honestly a blessing.
From the Bahamas, went to Baylor, and I'm here at be 1,100 feet up in the air in New York. It's pretty crazy. It's a great view of the city. It's the highest I've been. I ain't scared. It looks fake, that's why. It means a lot, man. I'm just happy to be here. I mean, it's a dream come true for me. Remember just watching everyone get drafted and stuff like that. So, I'm just happy to just even be in this position. Happy that people know me, for the game of basketball. Appreciate the Edge for having us here. We get to see the full city, the world's most famous city, man. It's a blessing just to be up here.
Welcome back to the NBA 2K26 Summer League. The Charlotte Hornets looking to advance to tomorrow night's championship game to play the Sacramento Kings, leading 52-33. Dave Pasch, Corey Alexander, and George Sedano. And Corey, for a young Charlotte team trying to find more young players to get minutes this season, a guy that played just 6 games last year but might get more time, and that's Jalen Sims.
Well, when you shoot the basketball as well as he did in the first half, you absolutely can find minutes on the court. Jalen Sims started the game off. The first field goal of the game for the Hornets was a 3 over a top of a big contest, and then he got going. 4 3-point field goals in the first half for Jalen Sims as he continues to be aggressive on the offensive end. 5 of 8 from the field overall, 15 points for Sims as he's been the leader and the catalyst offensively for the Hornets.
Con Knipple with 10 points for Charlotte. No players in double figures for Oklahoma City. Simpson driving and finishing off the glass.
Nice move by KJ Simpson. As a smaller guard, you have to have the ability to finish over the top of bigger defenders when you get into painted areas. We've seen that from KJ a number of times this game already.
7 rebounds to go with 7 points and 5 assists for KJ Simpson. Barnhizer missing but fouled. MJ Walker picking up the personal. So Brooks Barnhizer at the line for Oklahoma City. Talk about him, a second-round pick, again going to a team that is stacked, but clearly Sam Presti and the Thunder saw something in Barnhizer, who was a really tough player in the Big Ten for 4 years at Northwestern.
Well, one of the things that they look at primarily is your competitive level and also your shooting. Those are 2 things that are going to be necessary for you to be a part of the Oklahoma City Thunder organization. You have to go out and compete, meaning that you're going to defend, but you have to be able to make shots alongside the superstars that are already on the floor to be able to space the court and give SGA all the room he needs to be able to operate in the middle of the paint. And as J-Dub continues to become a better playmaker, which we saw that from him in this year's playoffs, he normally takes over the second quarter and the fourth quarter starting while SGA rests. You got to have shooting around those guys so you leave that middle open for them to be able to make plays.
Sims penetrating and scoring again. 17 points now for Jalen Sims. Lead back to 21 for Charlotte. They led by 24 at one point in the first half. The Thunder made a charge late, but Charlotte back up big. And now a foul as Barnhizer working really hard on the offensive glass.
But is that okay? You're not going to be shooting on that one. That's not a controlled tip for Barnhizer. So a loose ball foul on MJ Walker as they're both going after the rebound. Nice piece of officiating there to make sure you don't reward him with free throw.
Gortman trapped, trying to dribble away from it. Leon's hesitated on that three-point shot. Now has to put up a low percentage shot, a fall away from 18 feet with half a second on the shot clock.
You've heard it before. He hesitates is lost. And again, he had a good look from three, but Leon's doesn't seem to have much confidence in that three ball. And by passing it up, ends up getting a shot clock violation.
He's 0 for 2 from 3 here today. Three-pointer falls for MJ Walker.
There's a guy that's always had confidence in his three ball. Spent 4 years at Florida State. Now again, you and Dave Free have passed all of my trivia thus far. But I want to ask you, do you know this? MJ Walker was offered by what other schools to play football in college?
All right, so this is a trivia question.
Yes.
The other two, when they were answered before the question was finished, probably did not qualify.
Okay.
All right, how many schools?
I'll give you 4. He got offered by a lot of schools. And I'll give you a hint. He's from Atlanta. So therefore, I'll give you a hint. He was offered by more than 4, but I'll give you 4 power schools that he was offered by.
Georgia Tech?
I don't believe that was one of them.
Okay, well, you said Atlanta.
Yes.
Okay. Other SEC schools? LSU, Alabama?
Not Alabama, not LSU, but another power right around the Georgia area.
Just tell me. Who are the other ones?
Clemson.
Okay.
I want to say Michigan. He was offered by Michigan, and I think Miami was the 4th.
What position?
I believe he was a safety.
It's a big safety.
Yeah, I believe safety. Yeah.
Big guy. He's about 6'4".
Safety, wide receiver. But yes, was an elite high school football player as well as a McDonald's All-American.
Went undrafted back in 2021. He's been in the G League for 4 years. He's played 2 NBA games. That was with Phoenix back in 2022. Hoping to get invited to camp with the Hornets or one of the other teams in the league and find a roster spot this season. Barnhizer comes up short. Knipple, pull up 3. He knew the contact was coming, so he put it up, sent the defender on his hip. Gortman commits the foul. Knipple will go to the line.
And just a smart play, a heady play by Con Knipple. He recognizes Gortman on his hip, and then he's going to contest the shot. Raises up into a three-point motion, gets the contact, and still has an opportunity to make that shot, but will get rewarded with 3 free throws because of a heads-up play.
10 points for Knipple, number 4 pick in the draft out of Duke. Summer League access is one tap away with the NBA app. Download today to follow tomorrow's stars and keep up with every game with real-time highlights and scores. Championship game tomorrow night, 10 Eastern on ESPN. The Sacramento Kings in search of what would be an NBA record 3rd Summer League championship. Disposing of Toronto earlier today, 98-88. And the Hornets looking to join the Kings in tomorrow's title game. Knipple, that sweet stroke makes them all 5 of 5 at the line, 13 points, and the lead is 27. Barnhizer, tough fall away on the baseline.
Barnhizer showing a little more than just being a shooter. He's gone off the bounce a number of times and able to attack the rim. Physically more than capable of playing at the NBA level. Seems to be able to handle contact easily.
Very aggressive, too, in the second half. Even after a tough first half shooting, not shy to keep putting it up. Nice drop by Sims. Got that one to fall, plus he was fouled.
Jalen Sims continues to be aggressive, getting downhill, going to the left hand, able to finish over the shot blocker. keeping his concentration, eyes on the target as he's able to get an opportunity for the and one.
Leon's committed the foul, his 5th. We mentioned MJ Walker's been in the G League for 4 years. Sims 3 years in G League action. Playing for Greensboro, he's actually their all-time leading scorer.
Greensboro swarm.
But all those reps help. And you can just look at Sims' body and his strength level, along with some of the explosive drives we've seen from him and the ability to shoot. Could be a factor for the Hornets this season. Meanwhile, got a challenge by Charlotte after foul call on the Hornets. Back in a moment.
Pacers trying to fight back. You know Indiana has enough in their resume that this game is not over.
Yo, we got to bury them. They're comfortable at 15. They're comfortable at 15.
Left wing Wiggins sets his feet, squares his shoulders, and rips the course for 3. Cha-ching, a Thunder money bump.
Wide open Wiggins. Once again, Wiggins' 5th three-pointer.
Good shot, Wiggs.
So many of the bench players contribute. You never know who's going to have one of those nights. Caruso lines up a 3. It's good. A 20-point game for Caruso. The Thunder bench getting it done. Gilgeous-Alexander. SGA on the drive. Pulls back. Jump shot. Got it. Shea Splendor on full display here in Game 2. Another gem. 34 points for Shea Gilgeous-Alexander.
Charlotte challenging the call on the floor of a foul on Con Knipple. Now he got ball with the hand, but did he?
Yes, does he touch Reynolds?
To the head.
Yeah, is there any contact in the head or the shoulder, the back area? Difficult to see from that angle, but there's no such thing as marginal contact to an airborne shooter. So any contact there would be deemed as a personal foul.
After review, there's clear and conclusive evidence that the defender contacts the shooter on the head prior to getting to the ball. Therefore, the ruling of a defensive foul stands. The challenge is unsuccessful. We'll have 2 shots and we'll play off there.
There you go. Both teams have used and lost their challenges. Second foul on Con Knipple. Let's take another look here.
Yep. You see the contact to the back of the head as Reynolds gets to the free throw line. With an amazing career at St. Joe's.
All-time leading scorer there.
Yeah.
Been some good players at St. Joe's the last 2 decades.
There really have been. Eric Reynolds, who has been a standout amongst them all. You mentioned all-time leading scorer and considered going into the portal last year, but decided that it was more important as he and Simpson both go crashing into the chairs alongside the sideline.
Simpson holding his left shoulder.
But Eric Reynolds made the decision that he wanted to be remembered at St. Joe's more so than it was important for him to go out and take a huge bag in the portal.
I don't know how many guys are making that decision.
There's not a lot. There's not a lot. His trainer, Darren McClinton, and I are very good friends and went through the process with him, the conversations.
Boy, how is that not a foul? Like Knipple got hacked on the drive. Meanwhile, P.J. Hall holding his right elbow.
Well, let's see. Oh, well, there's definitely a swipe down. You would see, does the defender go up?
Looked like he got the arm, Sissoko.
Matty Sissoko from Cal. Maybe that's a little get back from the Cal visit to Cameron Indoor earlier this year. Matty Sissoko trying to take a little bit of that frustration out. I called that game. It wasn't a pretty one for Cal.
You had a lot of fill time, kind of like here today.
Oh, yeah.
Second half.
That's normally when I get into Corey stories.
Speaking of that, speaking of story time with Corey, P.J. Hall.
Yes. Gymnast as a child can kick his foot above his head while the other foot is on the ground. He normally does it during warm-ups. He walks and he touches his toes, but he doesn't touch his toes like most people, where we bend down to touch our toes. He lifts the toes of one foot above his head and touches his toes all the way up there. Elite athlete and a great human being. Big fan. PJ spent his rookie year with the Denver Nuggets organization.
Played 19 games for them. 4-year player at Clemson. Averaged 18 points per game as a senior. Went undrafted in 2024.
And gave up a heavy NIL bag to enter the draft in comparison to going back what could have been a 5th year.
Walker's three, no good. Rebound, Leones. Zach Austin, nice drive, couldn't get the basket, but he was fouled.
Zach Austin with a little jelly on this one, a little razzle-dazzle as he's able to euro by the defender, then puts a little extra sauce on that finger roll, trying to go off the glass.
We have more Summer League action on NBA TV and ESPNU tonight. Also on the ESPN app. On NBA TV, Cleveland and Golden State, Portland and Phoenix. ESPNU tomorrow, Atlanta, Boston, along with the Clippers and Memphis. Atlanta and Boston made a trade. Kristaps Porzingis going from the Celtics to the Hawks this offseason. Nickeil Alexander-Walker also brought in by Atlanta, which should be an improved team under Quinn Snyder this coming season.
I believe it absolutely will be, especially if they're able to get Jalen Johnson back healthy, who had a breakout year alongside Dyson Daniels, who was a first-team all-defense member and led the NBA in steals this past season.
Check in with George for more on the Hawks.
Guys, don't forget they made it to the NBA Cup last year, and we saw Indiana a couple of years ago get that experience, and it led to them getting to the Eastern Conference Finals, getting swept by the Boston Celtics, and then we saw them in the NBA Finals this year. So maybe for Atlanta, that experience can translate to something this coming year.
It's a good point. When you look at this team here, the Thunder 2 years ago, they were a play-in team. 3 years ago, they won 24 games, and now they're champions. The Hawks already with Trae Young, an elite scorer on the roster. They had Porzingis. And certainly a team to watch in the East this coming year with the Celtics losing Jason Tatum for the season. Luke Cornett has signed with San Antonio. And obviously, Porzingis deal.
That foul was committed before the ball was inbounded, so KJ Simpson will have one free throw. Eric Reynolds getting mixed up with KJ. KJ continues to add to his tab. Strong performance for KJ Simpson. You mentioned it. Flirting with the triple-double.
8 points, 7 rebounds, 5 assists. Orlando's going to be an interesting team this season as well. Got into the playoffs last year, lost to Boston. And Paolo Banchero had a terrific season. Franz Wagner, very talented. As Sissoko missed the layup. Rebound, Walker. And then they had Desmond Bane from the Memphis Grizzlies to give them some shooting, something they desperately needed and didn't get this year.
A healthy Paolo Banchero, top 5 player in the NBA. If you consider what he can do offensively,
top
5? Okay. Tell me another 6'10", 250-pound point forward that can shoot the basketball and makes plays the way that he
Great
does.
player, all-star. Top 5 though. That would be a stretch.
This year a healthy
All-NBA.
This year a healthy Paolo Banchero, first team All-NBA. You heard it here first. Next summer, you, myself, and Dave Free will sit right here, and I'm going to say, I told you so, before it happened.
I just wrote this down.
Write it down.
Oklahoma City game.
Write it down.
50 to go. So you got this year is SGA, Donovan Mitchell, Jokic, Giannis. Trying to think off the top of my head, first team All-NBA, but you're saying Banchero's going to replace one of those guys.
I do believe that he will replace one of those guys. Jason Tatum was also first team All-NBA, but he will not play this year. Paolo Banchero, you heard it here first. Healthy season, first team All-NBA. Desmond Bane only helps him get to that point. His shooting, defense, and playmaking allows Paolo to be able to score in multiple ways and also gives him much more space to operate on the floor. Think about this. What was the one area of concern that Orlando struggled with last year? Three-point shooting. Okay, he'll have so much more space to operate with their lineup now to get to the paint and be able to make plays for his teammates.
Three-pointer by DJ Rodman, son of Dennis. Played at USC, Washington State prior to that. Pushes the lead to 32.
Leitner ships it over to Brandon now. The East still on a run. Here's Rice. Squares up. Fires the three. Nobody's a better shooter, Jack. Into the East hands. It's Terrell Brandon. He'll bring it down. A 4-point East lead. Rice left side squares up. Oh, 2 for 2. They got to chase Glenn Rice. Side outside the arc. Top. Here's Rice. Right, left, center. 3 for 3. Hayes hit 3 triples. Makes 1 of 2 free throws. East attacks. Rice guns another one. There's the 3. He and Alonzo Mourning have led the resurgence. Open is Rice for the slam. The Michigan Wolverines, right side, Rice. Oh, 2 more. Oh, Rice is on fire. Hill is there again defensively. Beautiful pass to Rice. Coming on in. Rolls it in. And Jones jumps Rice from behind that time. Rice comes back, spins, comes up. 8-footer's good.
In all-star play, and this is number 24 for the half, and that is a new all-star game.
Well, for the next few minutes, we're going to let the fans experience the telecast a different way. The announcers are going to be quiet, and I know that pleases probably a lot of you listening. And you're just going to hear the sneakers, the whistle, and the coaches. Okay, hopefully you enjoyed that and got a chance to kind of get a feel for what it sounds like on the court when the players are going up and down.
I know I enjoyed my mid-game snack. So I appreciate the time off, but the opportunity to get to hear the sounds of the game.
I think the Thunder fans enjoyed it because they made a little run.
They surely did, and another turnover. It's an opportunity to cut into this lead.
Although trailing by 26, 3 minutes to go in the third. Maduro got the block. Here's Knipple, 13 points, just 3 of 9 shooting, 2 of 5 from 3. You talked a lot about his shooting prowess It will be intriguing to see how he impacts the game at the NBA level on nights where he's not shooting it well. Because you think about the type of defenders that he's going to draw when he's on the floor.
But you also consider that he won't be the guy having to make the plays. It will be LaMelo Ball. It will be Brandon Miller making the plays. Where Kahn can really play off of them and do what he's doing right now. Got a great look off of his screen. And that's another way to put so much pressure on opposing defenses, just running off screens, making yourself available, because everyone is, of course, fearful of three-point shooting.
Were you surprised that he was taken where he was, 4th overall, or is that where you saw him?
No, I mean, I know Jeff Peterson pretty well, so I knew what they were looking for. They wanted to bring in winners. I mean, that was the biggest concern, is bringing in guys who come from winning cultures, winning backgrounds, and not just in college, but in high school as well. You know, and people that are going to be there and show up for work each and every day. They've had to deal with so many injuries. I thought PJ was going to take off. And they want to make sure that they've got guys who are going to be consistent and reliable. And I do believe that's absolutely the case for Kahn Knipp.
Carlson with a follow jam off the Austin miss. Carlson played 32 games this season for the Thunder. Hall gets the basket on the other end. Sacramento awaits the winner of this game tomorrow night in the championship game, 10 Eastern, ESPN. Not a good alley-oop pass as Baugh on that underthrow was able to block it. Going around the back is Simpson, and then basket by Knippel. He's got 15 points now. Simpson with 7 assists, 7 rebounds, 8 points.
KJ Simpson going behind the back, and then the dish to Knippel, who's able to finish trailing. And those type of point guards everybody wants to play alongside. A guy like KJ Simpson, who's always going to look out for his teammates before himself.
Timeout, 80-52, Charlotte.
Hey everybody, welcome to 24 Seconds with Jalen Williams.
He knows who he is, and he knows what he needs to bring to the table every single night.
The best meal that I can cook is probably shrimp pasta.
Throw it in there, get some of that shrimp.
When I'm not playing basketball, I'm playing video games.
He loves video games, plays them all the time.
The biggest momentum shifter in the game is dunking somebody.
Williams, the throwdown.
That's a wrap. I'm out.
Coming up tonight on ABC at 8:30 time, the WNBA All-Star Game. Team Caitlin Clark. Clark injured, not playing in the event, but her team taking on Team Nafisa Collier. 8 Eastern, WNBA Countdown is how we will start. And the game at 8:30. Indianapolis. Meanwhile, KJ Simpson of the Charlotte Hornets is wired for sound today.
Hey, just a teaching point. You hold it too long, they don't come. All right, be just cool. You good? You good? You good? Oh yeah. Bang bang. Ah! That's how you shoot that every time.
Think KJ Simpson might have a coaching future when he's done playing?
I can absolutely see that being the case, and when you consider that Ryan Kalkbrenner was in college for 5 years, KJ Simpson only 3. Ryan Kalkbrenner may be actually older than KJ Simpson. I love the fact that he's going over there and sharing the teaching point, but that's what great point guards do. They share their knowledge regardless as to the age or experience.
Hall with the flush off the ball miss. 30-point lead for the Hornets a minute to go in the third quarter. Three-pointer is good by Eric Reynolds. Thunder get it back. Unable to connect with Brown. Chance of 6 quick points to try to cut into this big deficit. To no avail. Knippel on the baseline with a 17 points now for Knippel. He's made his last 2 shots. Same spot, same result for Eric Reynolds.
Eric Reynolds showing that he can be a floor spacer. Another one of those guys that trying to find his way into a NBA job.
Knippel, Corey, shaken up there as Gortman fell right on top of his head.
Well, you hate to see that. Especially this point in the game, and Knippel diving on the floor. Gortman falling down on top of him.
You saw his head hit the court there with the contact from Gortman, unintentionally pinning his head and neck on the floor.
Normally when they're putting a towel on you, that means that there's some type of blood.
They called the foul on Knippel.
Well, Knippel was actually diving in for the loose ball. He'll head into the locker room. I believe he's telling someone, and they called the foul on me. I'm the one bleeding, but I got the foul.
So Gortman will be at the line. Jay-Z and Gortman, second season. Went to overtime elite before joining the Mavericks last year. Played here in Las Vegas with Dallas in Summer League 2024. $25-point deficit for the Thunder. 27.3 seconds left in the quarter. So about a 3-second difference between the game and shot clocks. Ball with the swing pass, and the 3 is down. DJ Rodman with 2 triples was not really a perimeter shooter in college. 3 seconds to go in the quarter. Gortman gives it up. Cameron Brown beats the buzzer, knocking down the 3. And it's 87-62 after 3. 1 quarter remains for the Hornets, looking to advance to play Sacramento tomorrow night in the title game.
Bro, I can't shoot in this shirt, bro. I'm too buff. I'm too buff for this shirt. I can't shoot it. I'm shooting lefty free throws today. How's it going? Good to see you.
You want to be a captain? You want to come up and say hello?
It's my first time, so
yeah,
sure.
That's how it works.
How's it going? How's it going?
Good.
How's it going?
Congratulations.
Yo, thank you very much. Let's get it, y'all. Slip. It slipped, Doug. Hey, on the next slow one up, bring it open side, space that weak side, I'm going to come set it and run out. If they tag hard, you're going to have a skip to the corner shooters or the dunker. Hey, let's get a stop and run. Let's go, y'all. Let's go, baby. Keep cooking. MVP. Let's close this out, baby. Take this. Do the honors.
Yes, sir.
Grab the trophy.
That look good.
Hold it up, coach. Hold it up. Hey!
Quite the performance by the Charlotte Hornets. They lead by 25, and they're 1 quarter away from advancing to play for the trophy and ring. On the right side of your screen, Sacramento is already advanced. The Kings 2-time Summer League champs. They won it in 2014 and 2021. No team has ever won 3. See if that changes tomorrow night on ESPN, 10 Eastern, 7 local.
The Raptors were able to mount a significant comeback against the Kings in the fourth quarter, forcing double-digit turnovers in our last game. We'll see if the Thunder are able to do the same with the Hornets now as they trail by 23.
This was the year of 20-point comebacks in the NBA. That one helped their cause, giving up a 3 to MJ Walker.
They really did zone defensively by the Thunder. See if they'll stick with the zone. Man-to-man has not been beneficial defensively for them tonight.
Answering for 3 is Ty Brewer. Brewer played at Southeastern, East Tennessee State, and UAB. Ball, nice pass. Kalkbrenner.
But I love the way Ball fooled Carlson into thinking that he was going to challenge him at the rim. And then at the last moment, waits to drop it off to Kalkbrenner for the easy.
8th assist for Ball to go with 8 rebounds and 7 points. KJ Simpson, 8 points, 8 rebounds, 7 assists. It's possible both guys could end up with a triple-double before the day is over. Lonzo Ball had a couple triple-doubles in Summer League. Scottie Pippen Jr. and Bruce Brown, the others to have triple-doubles in Summer League action.
How about Scottie Pippen Jr. last year, what he was able to do in Summer League and how it just translated into this season for him with the Memphis Grizzlies. Actually had a triple-double in the NBA game this year, becoming the first ever father-son combo to have triple-doubles in the NBA game.
Further demonstrates the value of Summer League, playing in these games and what it can mean for these guys in terms of getting confidence and convincing coaches and GMs to give you a shot.
Scottie absolutely earned his opportunity with the Grizzlies this season. And it started here today.
Carlson from mid-range, no good. Simpson tracks down his 9th rebound. And he's fouled by Zach Austin. Well, we mentioned that there's been no repeat champ in the NBA since 2018 when the Warriors won their 2nd straight. Since then, we've had a rotation starting with Toronto in 2019 and Oklahoma City last month. What's the greatest challenge the Thunder face to repeat in 2026 in your mind?
I believe they're going to face the different teams that are gearing up solely to beat them now. They become the hunted instead of the hunter, which they've been since they moved to Oklahoma City. So when you consider that, now that they have been able to reach the mountaintop, they will give everyone's best effort each and every time out. And so embracing that, being the hunted, will be the biggest challenge for them this season.
2 years ago, as they were taking that next step from a play-in team to a title contender, being the youngest ever #1 seed, they faced adversity against 2 elite players in Kyrie Irving and Luka Doncic, and they couldn't overcome it. This year, several times they faced adversity. You touched on the injuries to their bigs, with Hartenstein and Holmgren not playing a ton of games in the regular season together. Then a couple of Game 7s in the playoffs. They were able to overcome that and win. And you know adversity will come in some way, shape, or form next season. They've been through that. They know how to handle that now. And it doesn't feel like with that group, sometimes teams win and expect that it's going to be easy. Even though this is a young team, this doesn't feel like that's the personality of this particular group.
I agree, and I think they also have the experience of seeing so many other possible dynasties before them fold. And when you look at the relationship between SGA and Chet and J-Dub, those guys are doing commercials together. They're understanding that if everyone wins, I mean, if they win as a team, then each of everyone wins individually. And I think they understand that teams have been broken up because of selfishness. Teams have been broken up because of money. I think OKC is in a perfect position to be able to keep this core together for the next 5 to 6 years.
Jalen Sims now has 25 points for Charlotte on 10 of 13 shooting, 4 of 5 from 3. We had a 36-point game in the first semifinal from Isaac Jones, and Sims, with 6.5 minutes to go, plenty of time to get his 30-point game. Walker for 3. And the lead is back to 30 for Charlotte. Foul line jumper, no good from Brown. Extra possession. Brown will try it again, miss again. And rebound by Sims. A.J. Simpson now 10 rebounds, 7 assists, 8 points. Kalkbrenner driving, he gets hacked. Lands awkwardly. Appears to be all right, though. 5:48 remaining in this semifinal. Charlotte up 30.
NBA 2K26 Summer League is proudly sponsored by NBA 2K26. Rated E for everyone.
This copyrighted broadcast of the National Basketball Association may not be retransmitted, reproduced, rebroadcast, or otherwise distributed or used in any form without the express written consent of the NBA.
How we doing, fellas? Hezzy 3, first shot. Mine was good. I ain't gonna lie. You got all that? Not dunking it. He's not dunking it. He's not dunking it. Lame. Yo, your first shot better be a 3. Come on, Queso. Come on, Queso. I am ready to shoot. You are? Yeah, I'm never not, but I'm really, really ready. So hold the dunker. Hold the dunker. Come back this way. Then you got to get corner. And then what? Then if you catch it, shoot it. All right, bet. Yup, your help's towards the middle. Your help is towards the middle. I gotta go. Shazay. Like, bro, when you screen me, bro, it can't be no movement. You gotta line him up. Block. Free throws. Free throws. Take your time, Luke.
Since the Warriors repeated, there have been 7 different champions in 7 years. Raptors, the Lakers in the bubble, the Bucks in 2021, the Warriors winning it again in 2022, Nikola Jokic getting his first title 2 years ago, the Celtics raising another banner last year, and then Oklahoma City with its first NBA championship last month. There was great chemistry on that Thunder team that we saw. One thing Shai Gilgeous-Alexander talked a lot about during the regular season was purposely late in games kind of stepping away and allowing Jalen Williams and others to take over late, knowing that that would be needed at times in the playoffs. And not a lot of superstars would do that, to sacrifice, especially when you're in the mix for an MVP and a scoring title.
Well, especially your first MVP. Again, you know, we'll see guys who maybe they've got a couple MVPs and they say, you know, this is what we're going to need moving forward. But when you're in contention for your first ever MVP, to be able to empower your teammates because you know you're going to need them in the playoffs more so. That's really what Mark Daigneault talked about. SGA was his greatest gift to his team, is that no one was hampered by his success. Even though he had an MVP year, J-Dub was better. Career highs for him across the board. Chet was better. You saw so many different players that continue to improve their individual game, even as he was the MVP.
You know, Cor and Dave, the interesting part to me to add to that is when you talk to Mark Daigneault, the one thing he told me early on in the season was these guys understand the pecking order, to your point, Corey, right? Shai eats first, but it doesn't mean the other guys aren't going to eat, right? And then the next group was J-Dub and Chet when he was healthy, and then the role players star in their role. So that's so rare for a young team. As you guys know, young teams, generally, guys want to get their numbers, they want to get paid. These guys bought in from day one, and that's the biggest reason, I think, that they've had so much success.
And for George, you interview guys after a win. It's the entire team.
Oh, yeah.
It's not like it's just the person that you're interviewing. Everyone is around. And this is not fabricated. They've done this for the last 3 seasons. They didn't just start doing this and make it up.
Although I only got the Nick Gallo treatment slightly one time with the towel over my shoulder.
Well, your hair is too nice. They don't want to mess your hair.
Listen, Nick is awesome. And you want to talk about a guy who gets all the love deservedly so, is Nick Gallo, because to be able to maintain the poise he does while getting draped with all those towels, that's a skill right there.
But let me ask you this question. Was Nick on the rolling list when SGA came in with the Rolexes for the team?
I can ask him if you want.
we got to get that insider information.
Find out if the team sideline reporter gets a Rolex. we wondered what their greatest challenge might be to winning a second straight championship. It might be another team. Who do we see as other contenders this season? Because a lot of teams in the West made major moves to try to match the Thunder this coming season.
Well, you start with Houston, adding Kevin Durant and really not giving up a tremendous amount of their production. I mean, Dylan Brooks, what he did defensively, I think was huge. But you bring in Kevin Durant, and what you lose is Dylan Brooks and Jalen Green, who had one great game in their playoff series against the Warriors, but outside of that, didn't have his normal numbers. I think bringing in Kevin Durant really helps the Rockets ascend to a different level, especially in the playoffs.
Minute.
They're actually tied right now as I'm looking at it. Denver and Houston are tied at 2. Then after that, you've got Lakers, Clippers, T-Wolves, Warriors, Mavericks.
So I would put the Mavericks way higher on that list.
But I think the Kyrie situation obviously has got that kind of up at the moment.
Yeah, there's some uncertainty as to how the Mavs will look when he gets back, as Kerwin Walton hits a 3. Meanwhile, Baugh is inching closer to a triple-double, but time is running out. He's got 10 points, 9 rebounds, 8 assists. Charlotte up 104-73 with 2:45 to go. How about in the East? Is Cleveland a team that can challenge the Thunder? We'll dive into that when we come back. NBA 2K26 Summer League coverage continues tomorrow, the last day of action here in Las Vegas. Hawks and Celtics on ESPNU, Memphis and the Clippers, and then our Summer League championship game at 10 Eastern. We'll touch on that game, but first let's look at the Cleveland depth chart. We are discussing potential challengers to the throne, with Oklahoma City winning its first title. The Cavs, they had the best record in the East this season, but could not advance past the conference semis.
The Cavs were the only Eastern Conference team that the world champion Thunder lost to in the regular season. They were 29-1 versus the East. And so when you consider that, the Cavs were the only team that could truly challenge them in the regular season last year. But let me tell you one that will be able to this year. The Orlando Magic, with Paolo Banchero as a top 5 player in the league this year.
You know, Corey, I don't hate that prediction. I do think without Tatum and you know, maybe Donovan doesn't make first team next year. But Cleveland and the Knicks tied, according to ESPN Bet, at plus 270. Orlando is third, though, by a significant margin, because ahead of Atlanta. Atlanta is the 4th team at plus 900. So Philly, by the way, plus 1100, who we were talking about earlier. If they're healthy, I like Philly. I got to be honest. I know that may sound insane because the whole if they're healthy just never seems to happen. But they've got the most talent, I think, of any of the teams. Is that fair, if they're healthy?
I don't know. It feels like both of you are auditioning for first take with some of these late takes here on the Magic and the Sixers challenging the Thunder for a championship.
Okay, so...
No, I'm talking about just the East. I'm just talking about the East.
All right, so when you look at teams from last year, right, outside of the Thunder, name the best defensive teams in the NBA.
Three-pointer by Eric.
I mean, Boston was one of them, weren't they?
The Orlando Magic surely were.
Yeah, they were. Yeah.
And see, that's my point. Now you add offense and Desmond Bane to that lineup and shooting. and you give Paolo Banchero more room to be able to create along with Franz Wagner beside him.
Is one player enough, though?
Yes.
Question, you think?
Yes.
Changes the dynamic.
One play. Alex Caruso changed the dynamic for the Oklahoma City Thunder.
I'm talking about this from a spacing perspective.
Oh, yeah. Yes. Yes.
Because that was the biggest thing. It felt like they were, Dave went.
I mean, KCP had a rough shooting year, so we know that. But again, we expect him to come back and be the championship level player that he's been.
Last comment before we morph into complete talk show mode, since we have a minute left. Let's not sleep on the
KCP
Knicks.
not on Orlando anymore.
Let's not sleep on the Knicks. That's one team we haven't mentioned.
Correct.
We're not sleeping on the Knicks.
All right, so a minute 5 to go. We're going to have Charlotte and Sacramento in the championship game tomorrow night. Give me a preview of what you think fans should expect watching that game tomorrow night on ESPN.
A lot of full court pressure from both teams picking up, but you've got great guard play from. You think about what Ball and Simpson were able to do in this game, and of course an elite quartet of guards for the Sacramento Kings. I think we see great guard play on both sides. Isaac Jones could absolutely be the difference maker in the championship.
Jones with 36 points to lead the way for Sacramento today. Jalen Sims will finish with 25 points in 25 minutes. The health of Con Knippel, the way he went down. Don't have an update as to his status yet, but clearly there was some blood. That's why he had the towel on his head after that hard fall. And that could play a role in what happens in the game tomorrow. And the Hornets just going to dribble this out here. And they're going to have to put like a 1/10 of a second on the clock here just for the inbound, since that was a shot clock violation. 3/10 of a second left. Impressive performance by the Hornets, putting up 109 points on the Thunder. Charlotte and Sacramento tomorrow night, 10 Eastern time, 7 Pacific, for the NBA 2K26 Summer League Championship. We'll see you then. Thanks for watching the NBA on ESPN. For Corey Alexander, George Sedano, our entire outstanding crew that's been working hard for 10 straight days. One more to go, gang. I'm Dave Pash. UFC 318 prelims are coming up next. And again, tomorrow night right here at Thomas & Mack Center in Las Vegas. It'll be the Kings and the Hornets for the title.